Hello, I'm Zorab and this is Byther Farm, and today, well, it looks like autumn has arrived in earnest. The last couple of days it's been so warm, I've been walking around in just a little strappy t-shirt and summer trousers, and today the camera's getting blown around. It's a little bit blustery out here, so I thought while the weather will let me, while it's not actually raining, we'd come out and have a quick look at what's going on in our autumn garden. Behind me here, the little red roses are still doing really well. They enjoy the slightly cooler weather and the damper weather. By the time the frosts come, the flowers will be gone, but for now it's a really nice display. And likewise, as I turn around slowly, hopefully not making you too seasick, behind me here there's an absolutely beautiful red rose. My daughter gave me this for Valentine's Day to celebrate Valentine's Day, and behind it is a little pink rose that my friend Jane gave me. It's very, very fragrant. It's absolutely lovely. I don't know why I'm calling it little. The blooms are huge. And there are also other flowers that I thought had died in the heat of the summer that have reappeared and are now blossoming. So this, I think, is called Salvia Hot Lips. It's such a delicate little flower and it's really pretty. But like everything else, it's getting fairly blown around in the wind. And the other plant that's in flower at the moment, oh, there's two in the shrubbery, is a really pretty, let's see, here we go, a really pretty hardy fuchsia. And this came here from Jane, so nearly 3 years ago, and she'd had it for a while, a long time actually, but it was about 15 to 18 inches high when she gave it to me, and about a foot across, and it has just, oh, it loves it here. So it's now about 4 feet wide, 2.5 to 3 feet high, but it has spread so far. It's really settled in here. And this little yellow flower, which, oh, right now is so windy I can hardly show you. I'm kind of guessing it's something from maybe the legume family. I will find its name and pop it up on the screen. But that's great because that flowers pretty much most of the winter and early spring. We're into the food forest now, and this is the apple tree that I moved from behind the greenhouse. And I did wonder yesterday if I should have picked the apples, and I thought, oh, it won't be that windy, we're just due for heavy rain. Well, how wrong was I, because it is pretty windy. I'm getting blown around a little bit, and sure enough, a load of the apples have come down. And looking at it, I think that one's been down on the ground for a while because it's quite mouldy. Let's have a look at the ones around here. But this one looks pretty new. It's got holes in it where the wasps have been at it, and probably a hole from a codling moth. But I can still cut round those bits and use that, so I'll take that with me. Oh, the ducks are asking to come out. Are you wanting to come out, you lot? Are you? So they've run off again, but they will be out. They are allowed into the food forest in the autumn. They clear the slugs and snails, for which I'm very grateful. But if they're going to be out in the food forest, I need to make sure that this gate is held shut. And up to now it's been a kind of self-closing gate, but I think because the wind is blowing so hard in that direction, it's blowing the gate open. So I'm just going to go and find a bit of string. So yeah, several tiny bits of baling twine. I'm just going to open them out in half with a knot in them to make them a bit longer, and then hopefully they'll be useful for creating some sort of loop that I can hook over the gate post and keep that gate shut. Okay, so how am I going to do this? If I put that under there and thread that through there and tie it at the top. It's not very pretty. I don't know, it needs to be pretty. I think it just needs to be functional. Okay, so that's tied onto there, and then if I make a loop that comes over here, as long as I can get it on and off, that should stop it. Oh, I don't know, it does open it, stop it opening more than a duck's worth. What have we got? There's a nail still. How useful that I didn't that I didn't take the nails out of the pallet. If I hooked that onto there, that may well work. So I'm just going to tie this loop. One of you very kindly and very sensibly suggested that I should put a hook and eye on here to stop it opening. And of course I don't have one, so until I get one, that will do the job. Lovely, as long as it lets me out first. One of the things that I manage to forget every spring and summer is that autumn and winter go on for really quite a long time here. So we've got the best part of 7 months of inclement weather, and it doesn't matter what the weather is doing. And the animals still need to be watered, fed, their houses need mucking out, and so even in the pouring rain and the high winds, I still need to come out and give the ducks fresh water. And they have 3 water buckets that I fill every day for them. I'll come back out, and in the summer I'll come back out several times, but in the winter I'll come back out later on in the day and refresh their water again, so they've got fresh water to drink, to wash their eyes and to clear their nostrils. And although there is that saying that it's nice weather for ducks, I kind of think that's probably only when it's raining. They really don't particularly like it when it's very windy like this. They'll finish washing, eating and preening themselves now, and then they'll hunker right down onto the ground, get into a sheltered space, and they'll stay there for most of the day unless the wind drops a bit, and then they'll be out and about. They'll head into the food forest and they'll do their dibbling thing. Are you alright there, everybody? Because I knew that the weather was forecast to be pretty horrid today, last night, just before I put the animals to bed, I came out and I picked a load of the Greek Gigantes beans. So I've got a huge bucket of these in the kitchen that I can take out of their pods today and get harvested. But the wind has taken some more of the canes down, it's pulling the plants off. That's okay, it's that time of year where they're coming down anyway. What I do need to do over the next few days is come out here and cut the plants off near the base of the stems, so that hopefully they will make it through the winter. I don't really want the wind ripping them out of the ground. It's getting increasingly unpleasant out here. Well, that's it for me today. I'm heading inside for a cup of tea and to stay warm. And so, wherever you are in the world and whatever you've got planned for today, I hope it's a good one. And I also hope you'll join me again tomorrow.